Hey you guys, I'm going to expand on the previous video I just made. We were talking about rational figures, right? And here we go, rational, right here. And we consider them to be fractions. Say 5/2 or -1/2, right? Now, I found this schematic that accurately represents what I'm trying to say. So we have real numbers, all reals, but we're not going to get into imaginary, right? But all reals can be broken down to rational and irrational numbers. Irrational I have labeled as pi or e, right? The difference between irrational and rational is that irrational numbers are never ending. They can't be written as fractions. In the previous video I stated that rational numbers are fractions and therefore they can either terminate or repeat, right? Or repeat. This does not hold, these do not hold for irrational numbers. So rational numbers can terminate or repeat in their decimal forms, right? So 1/2 is 0.5, that's a terminating number, right? I say 2/3 equals to 0.666 and then it goes on, right? That's repeating. Okay, now rational numbers further describe or include integers, and then we describe what integers encompass, which are whole numbers, negative, and wholes are zero and natural numbers, right? You can refer back to the previous video for that, but I want to state something right here. The reason why we say that all integers are rational numbers is because if we take an integer, say -1, right? It's a bad example. -4. To make it into a rational number, a fraction, right? Simply divide by 1. Because that's what it is. -4 is -4 divided by 1, right? Or you could even say -8 divided by 2. We have turned this into, this equals to -4, right? We have turned this into a rational number. And therefore it's valid as a rational number. So that's the reason why we say that all integers, all of these, everything you see here is a rational number, right? Okay, so we have rational numbers. Now, there's something here I'd like to expand on, just slightly, right? On this component, right? I want to pretty much describe a property. They say A over B, right? Negative A over B equals to negative A over B, or A over negative B. Sometimes this confuses people, especially in their initial stages of learning mathematics. They're very confused as to, they see the negative attached solely to the numerator or negative attached solely to the denominator. Well, this may clear things up here, is that this and this are equal. And you can write it, and you can kind of draw that negative outwards and place it alongside the fraction itself, right? And yeah, I wanted to make this short video just to expand on that. Next, well, I have some time. Okay, so we have this negative A over B, right? Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, I want to go on to a different topic, or slightly different topic. It's kind of going back to the number line. Again, this is slightly disorganized because I'm still trying to catch up with the lectures that I host in these classrooms. So I'm trying to throw everything at once in these videos. So if anything makes sense, please feel free to contact me. Even if you just have a critique, or if you want to just put me down, go ahead. It doesn't matter. It doesn't offend me. But go ahead and through my contact form, you can send me whatever type of comment you want. Okay. Anyways, or question, comments, concerns, whatever. So going back to the number line, right? I'm gonna have 1, 2. Remember we said these go on towards infinity. -1, and these are all integers, right? -2, negative 3 are all rational numbers, right? And this goes on to negative infinity, right? We're going to talk a little bit about additive inverse, or just the inverse, but you know, they have that specific additive. So additive inverse. Excuse me if I spelled additive wrong. Let me write that. Additive. I'm horrible at spelling. I don't know why that is. So, additive inverse. What the additive inverse states is that a number, a positive number, say if we were to say 3, right, exists also as its negative on the number line, and is the same distance from 0. So if you count 3 units this way, 1, 2, 3, you get 3, and 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, you get negative 3, and you get its additive inverse. So 3's additive inverse, the additive inverse is negative 3, right? So simply you're just placing the negative sign. And remember, this is the concept. I don't want to use this. The equal sign does not fit it well. It's not suited for this kind of thing. But we'll say 3. So you is the additive inverse of negative 3, right? And this, what that says is that, again, the physical distance from 0, or 3's physical, the physical distance that 3 is from 0 is the same distance that negative 3 is from 0. Correct? Okay. Now, if I were to talk about, I'm going to erase this area over here. And again, as I go along with this stuff, I get better organized and I learn to work the system a little bit better. This is all new to me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm taking this idea of the additive inverse, right? So we talk about distance. So additive inverse. Remember, it's the physical distance that a number is from 0. So if you talk about, I'm sorry, that's wrong what I said. It's the opposite, right? Of a certain number on the number line. So again, we talk about 3 being a distance of 3 units from 0 on the number line. Well, its additive inverse, negative 3, is also 3 units, right, away from 0 on the number line. You count 1, 2, 3, and then that gives us positive 3. And then to the left of 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So additive inverse of 3 is negative 3, right? Because we're talking about additive inverse, and then we're kind of now including the concept of physical distance, right? We can now introduce the concept or the idea of absolute value. Because a physical distance, one property that holds is it's never negative. I'm going to continue this because I only got a minute left, but I'll go on to the next video and talk more about absolute value. But just realize that it is a physical distance from 0. So negative 3, the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Absolute value of 3 equals to 3. They're both 3 units, 3 physical distance, or 3 units of physical distance away from 0. And I'll get to this a little bit more. Thank you.